Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm here today with a long-awaited video on how I color my hair. Now, it has been a long time since I have colored my hair, definitely over a year, but I've been getting a lot of questions lately on what color systems are good to use on natural hair that don't damage the hair and that are effective for at-home color. So I'm using the Ion color system today from Sally's. I'm using the blue black shade and I'm using the volume 10 developer because that's the proper developer to use for this color. You will need to, based off of the color you're choosing, read and determine which developer should be used. For lighter colors, a higher developer is usually recommended. For darker colors, a lower developer is recommended. This is a professional line. It is sold in Sally's, and what I'm just doing here is mixing 2 tubes of color with 1 bottle of developer because I'm doing the ratio of 2 to 1, so 2 parts developer to 1 part color. And you also need to read the directions in the colored package to determine how much of a ratio you should have of color to developer. In some instances and for some hair types, it recommends 1 to 1. For some, it's going to be 2 to 1, depending on if your hair is virgin, natural, already color treated, gray, etc. So now that I have that mixed up, I'm ready to apply it to my hair. And my hair, as you guys can see, is dingy brown. I didn't realize how bad my hair looked until I had this gorgeous black color again, and I'm like, why did I take so long to dye my hair? But I am in the process of looking for a natural option to do, just to get away from chemical color altogether. But this system is really great at coloring your hair, and it gives me long-lasting results, even though this is the demi-permanent option as opposed to the permanent option. I use the demi-permanent color system from Color Ion, but they do have a permanent system as well if you prefer that. I have not noticed that this has done any harm to my hair or causes any breakage. As always, whenever you're using any kind of chemical treatment on your hair, though, it will affect your hair. Its moisture levels, its dryness levels, especially if you're going to go for a lighter shade or lift your hair. It's not as dramatic if you are darkening or just depositing color, but it still will affect the porosity levels or the way your hair both absorbs and retains moisture. So just be aware of that before making the choice to color your hair. But you can still have healthy color treated hair. You just have to put more effort into your regimen to ensure that your hair's health stays at an optimal level if you are going to decide to indeed color treat it. I don't find that this system has caused any damage to my hair, but I, like I said, do not apply it frequently. Even when I was dyeing my hair regularly, I still did it only once every 6 months, once in the winter and then once in the summertime. That worked for me, summer or spring. That worked well for me, and I just kind of let my hair color slowly grow out from the roots, or fade out in this instance because it's a demi-permanent, so it will slowly wash out and fade out over time. But I do use products that are going to help retain the color and that are formulated for color treated hair, and so they won't strip color from my hair as much as products that aren't formulated for color treated hair would. Those are just some of the factors to consider. What I'm doing here is just sectioning my hair and then applying the hair color. Since I'm coloring all of my hair, I'm just working it all the way through. But of course, if you're just going to be doing a touch-up, you would apply it straight to the roots. If you're coloring your entire head and you're using a color that is lighter, like a red or a blonde, you want to of course go from the ends to the roots and do the roots last, because those are going to be closest to your scalp, and the heat from that is going to process the color faster. So you don't want to have super light roots and then hair and ends that hasn't processed properly. So you want to always work from the roots to the ends when you're applying color. I know in this video I'm not doing that in every section that way. It's not as complicated when you're doing black. It's a little more foolproof. You can kind of just slap the color in and work it throughout your hair and just make sure all of your hair is covered, as opposed to when you're doing a color change like a lifting or a color transformation like a change to a light brown or a red or a blonde. Okay guys, so after I get my entire hair covered, I'm just going to follow the processing time directions as indicated in the color ion system. You'll find the directions within the color tube packaging. Please read them thoroughly because there are various factors that play in to the amount of time in which you need to let the hair process. You don't want to process the hair for over the amount of time directed for your specific hair needs because you can end up causing damage that way. And of course, this is still a chemical treatment, and whenever you apply any kind of chemical treatment to your hair, you do want to follow the directions and guidelines as indicated. Not doing so can definitely make your hair prone to damage, and honestly is just not safe. So take this seriously and realize that coloring your hair is a form of a chemical treatment. I know a lot of naturals do not like to accept that, but it is the truth. So you want to treat this like you would treat any other process. I know that many of us that are natural clearly aren't relaxing anymore, but in the same way that you used to take seriously how you apply the relaxer, rinsing it out properly, following all the steps, you want to do the same with coloring your hair as well, because it is also a chemical treatment. Just want to emphasize that one more time. So follow the directions, don't wing it. Make sure you get all the components that go with this color ion system. Use the developer that is the same brand. Use the dye that is the same brand, and follow up with the proper conditioner afterward, which is the color ion color sealer. What that does is it restores the hair's pH balance to a proper pH balance after it's been chemically treated in this way. I hope this video was helpful, you guys, and if you do decide to color your hair at home, I will be doing plenty of videos on how I'm going to keep the hair health up after I've color treated my hair. So if you're interested, definitely continue to watch my videos and subscribe if you have not done so already. As you guys can see, the results are that my hair is now a beautiful color black and my curls are still intact. Thanks so much for watching, you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.